Hello, I am Orange Cat, and this is my quick review for South Park Season 22, Episode 4. In this episode, we see Randy Marsh want to go out in the country and open a marijuana farm. And we also have a subplot with Cartman and Butters with with a bit of a side hustle trying to sell vaping pens to students at South Park Elementary. Let me start with some of the stuff I liked about this episode. I love the country song parody, how it basically featured virtually every trope of a country song, and of course the whole short slang, like, oh, instead of integrity, it's just tegrity. And with this accent, I love that stuff. I just love how that was done. I like that moment in the episode. And of course, I just love how they brought back Towley. They brought him back, yeah. And he's actually a functional member of society now as a marijuana tester, which is a very fitting job for him considering how much he loved marijuana. And it looks like, aside from the marijuana, which is a legal drug in Colorado, of course, he's gotten completely clean off the other things. And it's just nice to see him, like, sobered up in a way, but still love to smoke weed, especially it's like, that's some good shit. That's definitely some good shit. Like, I love that. I love how he did that. It was just one of those moments that made me happy. And also the moment in the end where he helped Randy beat up the big vape guy. For the most part, I really like that. The main plot, the one with Randy and the farm and the way of life, and kind of paralleling big vaping with big cigarette, big nicotine. I just like how they did that. But I like also the twist instead of the moralistic, like, oh, cigarettes are bad, I was like, oh, it's hurting our way of life. How they try to fusion like that, like old school thought of, well, we gotta fight in what we believe in, our own morals, our own past, our own traditions, with that type of fight of morality. I just like how they did that and try to really fuse those two together. Now let me get into some of the stuff I didn't necessarily like about this episode. I didn't really like the B plot because it was very redundant. Like, you had Cartman and Butters with their hustle, and then you had Kyle trying to stop them, and then Cartman trying to convince Kyle to go along with it. It's like, okay, we'll just need to do this one more thing, and then we're done. Then we're no longer gonna do it. And they did this like three different times in the episode. It got redundant, but I did like the gag of trying to plant the dead hooker with their link up at the big vape place. I thought that was funny how outlandish that guy was. Oh crap, it's failing. Hit him in the leg with a crowbar. Let's steal the vape pens and the hooker. Just how they did that. It was just funny. But at the same time, I thought that was redundant. I just didn't like the whole Cartman Kyle Butters dynamic. I don't know. I generally like the Cartman Kyle episodes. I feel like in this one with Butters added, and the fact that it was a very obvious, very transparent plot, I just didn't like how that went. Oh, I forgot another really good gag I liked was the whole everything can be made from hemp. Real life, a lot of stuff can be made from marijuana, can be made from hemp fiber. Like clothes can really be made from hemp fiber, of course. Marijuana can be made from hemp fiber, and half the stuff that they showed are actual like in the whole scenes with hemp this. Half that stuff you can actually legit make with hemp and make marketable. But like stuff like the hemp patchouli, tabbouleh, stuff like that, no. Like the food like that, no, not really. That's just an interesting thing, like how he went overboard with it. Like how Randy, like how the paradox of him wanting to get away from it all, him being sick and tired of the weird shit that happens in South Park, and then have him go over the top with this too. Just the hypocrisy in that, where, oh, this town's over the top. Now let me go into the country and myself act over the top. I just really like that too. And also the gag with the hat. If that confused you with the hat when the song played, the that song was Two Princes by the Spin Doctors, and in the music video for that, the main lead singer is wearing a very, very similar hat to that one. So that's why that song started randomly playing. If you didn't already know that already and were confused by it. I like that gag too, especially since I really, really like that song. And the ending, I am very mixed about the ending. Like, I hated the whole concept of, oh, it's another Butters, Cartman, and Kyle trying to do something to save the day. But I don't know why, but something in me just really loved Randy coming in and beating up all the hipsters with two princes playing in the background. I don't know. It was just something about it made me crack up laughing. And like I already mentioned, how Tally came and helped him save the day. And also the end of the episode. I'm not so sure I really like the ending where they're going to keep with the farm because that's kind of a one note joke with, oh, marijuana, hemp, and you own a farm about it. Like, and I think all this comedic material you have from that, they've already kind of used up in this episode. And maybe they'll find a unique way to spin it, make it a little different from like the Tobacco episode of The Simpsons. But that's the first thing I thought of when they did the farm bit. I'm like, this is gonna be like tobacco, especially with when Tally came over and tested the weed. It's like, oh, he's gonna have this like super hybrid weed that's gonna be super powerful, but make everyone OD or something. But I'm happy it went away from that for now, at least. Maybe another episode they're gonna actually copy that, which I hope doesn't happen. But in the whole thing, the farm, us, but I do like the ending with the whole Tally looks like he's gonna be a member of the repertoire cast for the next few episodes or however long the farm lasts. Because even though he's can be annoying, I really like how Tally looks like he's gonna be just a, trying to be a functional member of the cast rather than just one note Joe. At least I see promise in that. And other than that, I'll if I rate this episode, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good episode. Not the best of the season, but not the worst so far. It fits there in the middle pretty well. I'm Orange Cat, and that is all.